Mubashir cleared PMP from Saudi Arabia. Yesterday he cleared it, and today we are recording his journey. Mubashir, why don't you share your journey in your own way? How the entire journey was?
It was actually a wonderful experience. Actually, I was not expecting that f- fluent and especially the content of the exam was exactly related to the what we studied,
Mm,
and almost I can say 90% of the content was we already covered. So I feel almost very comfortable in the exam,
mm,
and whatever the I get, whatever I got for the preparation, it was right to the spot. So everything was very fluent and smooth.
mm. Very fluent. Okay, let's walk through a little bit on this thing. So you give exam in Saudi Arabia, right? You
Yes,
in which
I
center?
gave exam in Saudi Arabia, and it was center here in Riyadh.
In Riyadh. Okay, what's the name of the center? Because you got the date very quickly. So what was the name of the center?
Center name I don't know exactly, but it's like something Vince's software company.
Mm.
So center location I don't know exactly.
Was the center good for you?
Yes, it was accessible from my office, very close. So there was no much mm,
Okay.
for long travel.
Let's talk about the
So
exam time. How did you manage time in the exam?
actually, to be frank, if I would have forget that 80, 70, and 70, 75, 75, the number actually, if I have forget in the exam, I was absolutely not be able to manage the time,
Mm,
because once I reached when I look at the timer, it was at 200, and I just forget that I'm behind and I have to quickly run. And then I reminded again that I have to look not 180, I have to look for 150, and I put that 150 on the paper they gave me. So then I recalculated that I have 40 questions and then I have 50 minutes. So I slow down again. So then I move with the pace accordingly.
mm. Okay.
And same what happened in the second section. I again happened the same thing, but I recalculated. So I come back to the pace again. So I manage my time very well.
Mm. We manage our time very well. Okay. Mubashir, so let's walk me through. First 60 second, how much time? Second 60 second, how much time? Third 60 second, how much time? 80, 75,
I
75.
almost yes, 80, 70, 70. I finish almost in the same time.
Mm. And then the same time. Okay. What was the length of the question?
In the first section, the questions were lengthy. Then in the middle section, they were normal and slightly smarter at the end of the section.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So any drag and drop questions?
Yes, there were almost five mm, track questions, and they are actually very lengthy. Like one I remember, it was related to the risk, and it mentioned almost all the risks, how to avoid, mitigate, and all other. I think it was like five. So the other, all other top, I have. It took time to means to go through all this. So this drop, I remember there were 4 or 5 questions, but they are actually lengthy compared to the other questions.
Okay. So
What related to this?
drag and drop took more time than the other questions. That's what you are saying?
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. That's perfectly fine. Okay, Mubashir, putting that into the context, let's say other students are now planning to give the exam and they have 1 month starting from zero. How would you make their plan that they can give exam in 1 month or 45 days?
Actually, I would say we have to follow the roadmap. I took more time because I was slipped from the roadmap. What actually happened when I went through initially, what initially I did not do the RCS. I skipped the RCS. When I went to the second phase, and I was unable to manage a lot of the questions. So suppose you see like it was like 60%. So then I have to go back again to restart and I revise all the RCS, and then score starts increasing. So we have to follow the roadmap. We have to do the RCS, and the RCS I think is the basic thing that increase the learning that we have to do. Even attempting a mock, if we are taking 2 hours to attempt a mock, I think it should take 3 hours to go for the RCA. We don't have to go for the right answer. We have to go to all the answer that why it's not correct and why it's correct. So
Mm.
you have to go through all these to reduce the time.
Reduce the time. Okay, okay. Further, anything else you would like to share with the students, how they can prepare for the exam better, how they can do for it?
I think uh, without consultation, it will be very tough to go for exam,
Mm,
because without proper roadmap, without proper mocks, you will not be able to. It will be tough.
mm,
One can clear, but it will be tough to clear.
It will be tough. So,
Consultation is must.
okay, mocks done. But okay, this is a very interesting thing to work into that way. Guys, if anyone has any question, feel free to ask that. Mubashir, working backward, how important it is to do 180 questions, 180 full
I
mark. Yeah.
I think it's very important, because if you will not go for 180 marks, you will not be able to examine how actually exam will look like.
Mm,
I think exam was actually tough than what the 180 marks we have done, but we have repeated that exercise of 180 marks that compensated the actual exam.
mm,
Our 180 marks are, I think, slightly low time taking. The actual exam was more time taking.
mm,
So actually, we went to a lot of a questions, so that compensated the actual exam.
mm. Okay, okay. And what about the final marks?
Yes, final marks. Actually, the final marks 60 that I went through 4 or 5s. I think they actually have 40%.
Mm, okay. And for
It's actually more than 40%,
how?
but the rest of the preparation helped as well.
Mm, okay, okay. Let's talk about this thing. Now, in the exam, were there any critical path questions?
Yes, there were critical path questions.
You have to make a critical path in the exam,
No, it was related. We have to select the critical path, and then we have to uh,
but you
solve the
don't.
question.
But you don't have to make a critical path, right? You just
No.
you just added it into that. Okay, Mubashir. Thank you very much for sharing your journey, and I'm very happy that finally we are able to get this away and you are certified PMP. And great job by Avas making sure that you went through it and got that. Mubashir, do send me your picture. I'll use our thumbnail and make at least 10 question answers we will be using in the next PMP marathon. Okay?
Okay, sure.